Guys, I can start broadcasting already. So, now let's launch ACC. So, calibration. I'm 10 minutes late for my start, but like, I had to visit the toilet again. That cost time. I'm feeling uneasy for sure. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit annoyed from some other software projects, from some stuff I was working on. Jesus, that took a while to load in. But yeah, we're having rain. Well, so far it's clearing up right now. This is getting fun. Set up. Right. Wet tires. Let's go to 26.5 psi. I think that might be not this much, Jesus. I just configured back so that like 35. I don't know why you could even put it that high, dude. Like, even the wet tires would be massively overpressured at those. Still quite warm. Over 32 track temp. Rain lights, headlights, windscreen wiper. So. That one's a bit awkward. Car on the right. Clear on the right. I wanna go full speed, so I don't. Thing is, I did have heavy rain last night when I did some practice laps. It just was that the rain had. I decided like, I'll just re-roll and deal with rain tomorrow when it comes. I don't think that was a bad approach. But this track is probably not gonna be a good one for me. It's just so massively bumpy. It's so incredibly bumpy. And this is the Porsche at softest springs you can put it on. It still skips over them like a rock. I'm getting gapped by the Am driver in front of me. I mean, I know it's Wilson, but like, Jesus, that's not good. Especially because, you know, I'm in a Porsche. This should suit my car, really, these conditions. Porsche is a rain master. It loves the rain. Come on, car, please. Already complaining about the car on the second lap. It's too deep. Really barely matching him. This is embarrassing again. Now he is fourth right now, but look, it doesn't mean anything. Come on, turn. The rain has stopped now. Also, why are my tire pressures actually high? I mean, losing track of where I need to drive. Like, it's... Come on, switch off. Yeah, okay, the track has already snapped the damp. It basically instantaneously went damp SSD. So I think it's time maybe to bring out the dry tires. Considering how fast the track dries here. Going too deep there. Not much I'm getting here. Well, I'm getting nearly a second of lap time out of it, but like, I'm sure people are lapping nearly 36s now, aren't they? Not quite. I think it's because people haven't finished the lap yet. The track is improving rapidly, so whoever clocks the lap time now is basically gonna get first for default. I say that I'm coming in second. Okay, select optimum has just popped up. I can't quite square this corner in the way I think I want to, because I'm sure I'm losing time on the exit there. And the thing is, my car can run the inside curb there too and shortcut it, so I'm pretty sure I should. Wets are dying now. Keep going slow out of the final corner. Yeah, track's still damp. Track not gone too greasy yet. Pressure should be substantial. That's not good. That was a really terrible line. Well, I'm alive, the usual. Sort of. Bit frustrated how unproductive I was today, but I'm not having particularly high hopes for this race. Yes, I'm currently on pole, but that's because the track is drying off and I'm out on track right now. That's making more of a difference than anything else. Yeah, track has now gone greasy, which is why my wet tires are starting to struggle. Who's that behind me? Peretti, yeah, that makes sense. He's one of the faster guys here. He's likely on dries at this point. Happy with that run for the chicane. Hello there. Boing. Somehow I'm still the fastest technically here. And I am matching my own times right now. Who did you bribe? Again, I said, oh, well, you just mentioned it, and just now I dropped off P1, but like, I literally mentioned it when you first sent the how it's going message, and I said, well, I'm only on P1 because I'm out on track right now. And the track is rapidly drying off and switching over to dries. And that's what you're seeing. I got massively demoted just now because I was out on wet still. That's why I'm like 1.5 seconds off the pace right now. Because I was lapping on dry tires. On wet tires instead of dries. Wrong way around. Truly one of the problems of all time. Switch the rain light off. Because I like to only run a rain light when I have wet tires fitted onto my car. You only know half her full name, so... Which half? The one you share, or the one... you don't share? Only took 3 seasons. Well, I mean, it is the Wednesday series. Also, no is spelled with, not as no, but like as, it's the way, I don't know how fluent you're in English, but like, it's right now striking me that you've made the mistake twice. And I'm like, do I need to point this out to you? That you're... Why are you doing it sort of intentional as a shortcut to typing less? Okay. Yeah. No. Mid-maxing typing. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I mean, you shortcut your typing. I just typo. Yes, I rewrite my sentence 3 times. We're not the same. Yep, true. Especially the circuit, I would say, doesn't give you much opportunities. Especially with how bumpy it is. Like this uphill usually would be like, well, it's like you would think this is not important, but like there's like 2 points you need to turn. And going side by side through here is practically impossible. So that, Jesus, I'm 3 seconds off the pace. And granted, I'm coming around to put a lap in, but like on dries, but still, that's only moving me within half a second, so that's not good. But you were referring to it took 3 seasons to yeah, especially at Outlton. It took 3 seasons to get a V2 into the championship. I assume you're referring to the championship I run on Sundays, because you know this is the Wednesday Warriors series is season 1. Well, their Monday series is I think 19 or something, quite mental. And yeah, I mean, there's quite a few V2s we usually run in the V-Track Championship. I have in the past won two times that championship. In 4 categories, so... I see. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't quite clear if juniors racing is related. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I'm gonna do some crimes if I have to listen to one more time to the Wir kaufen dein Auto.de fucking advertisement with Ralf Schumacher. Oh! It's like, it's the really funny part because I don't even own a car. I don't even own one. I drive virtual cars. I guess that's why the algorithm thinks I might be. But still, like, such a service is not interesting to people, you know, who care about cars. Such a service is interesting for people who, well, treat cars as purely utilitarian. Who in the age category 40 plus, more like. Maybe 30 if I'm... Although, I mean, I'm approaching that one. Yeah, I know. But as said, like, there's a lot of people. It's not like this is an uncommon name that somebody else could also pick and then happen to randomly walk into here. It's never impossible. I mean, I've had also people like that literally change their nickname every other stream before. That's... Ooh. Came and went for like a few months. And that was a bit confusing to keep track of. Although considering I'm the self-admitted zero-view VTuber, you start figuring out who it is relatively quickly. Because there starts being a pattern to the madness. How far am I right now off the pace? Holy fucking shit. Should have not checked that. Like, where the heck is 8/10 on the circuit? I say that and I find 4 out of a corner. I mean, I guess a beginning. Yeah, this curb for some reason unsettles the car pretty badly, but like the other one you can just run. And the main problem is you just end up on a tight trajectory into the chicane. How long have I been streaming? Since 2021. Been active since then. Although I have this channel for much longer. And I had before that... I did like Let's Plays back in 2012. So like... But like, yeah, sim racing I've been doing since 2017, so... And there's also, like, I think I did like an occasional stream before 2021, but like... With... Like, and also my VTuber model since late 2021, so... But like, the pedal cam has been, practically a feature in the beginning. I don't think... Yeah, right, that was in practice. I was struggling to get sub 35 yesterday. Doing some practice laps for once. Not usual for me. So... Then actually some practice. Okay, that was a bit hot. Let's do a pit in, although the game will... Considering I think I'm the last car right now on track, it will probably transition the session instantaneously as soon as I just show the light incline to entering the pit lane here. Yeah! Precisely what I predicted. Precisely. Okay, right, we have qualifying now. It is the AMs out first right now. The M plates, and then it is me with the pros back out. Gonna check here briefly timings. Yeah, I mean I'm 4 tenths down. Problem is because of how short the session and the dry running here was, we can't really tell too much. But yeah, I don't know, I mean the competition here is relatively fast. But like I think the competition is a lot faster in junior racing and GTCS on Sundays. Can't keep quite as well up. Yeah, I can occasionally... Well, the last 2 rounds I haven't been. But like I've genuinely been up to the pace. Or close to it a couple of rounds. Like the last 2 I've qualified 10th. And last round in Barcelona I got specifically crashed out. So that didn't help. Had a really fast start but like just got hit on the exit on turn 2. Will get me slightly easier today because the guy who hit me, well, he has a qualifying ban, so he's not going to qualify here tonight. Makes it, you know, it sucks. I think the most, considering it is this circuit. So yeah, that sucks especially on this circuit. Because you can't pass anybody here. down. It's our Aston Martin driver. Although we could also consult. I thought we had multiple Porsche drivers in, but like today we only have one, and oh yeah, there's Wilson. Precisely a chicane now I wanted to care about. Yeah, he's also like it's tricky to swing the car out the correct amount to get the chicane in a way that you can clearly run this curb, and people seem to be using it. Okay, this guy's a bit all over the place. He didn't take it. And he also didn't take it. And both of them came sort of to a crawl there. He's driving this very slowly in. Didn't use all the track. Oh, but that was actually a relatively good run into it. Cut it a lot on the entry. The only shame is that he was already on an invalid lap. Pressed the wrong car. And let's see how this guy does it. Wait a bit on the exit for the car to finish. Oh, it's the well, I think has very slow apex speeds. What are the speeds here? Yeah, down to 80 they go nearly. But it's a bit difficult to surveil. And also again we're looking at the AM drivers here to get an answer of how to drive the track, which is not too conducive. Like the field spread isn't too bad in this league. The pros are not that much faster than the AMs, especially Wilson in his Aston here. He's very fast. And has like finished like 2 rounds actually even in front of me, so like can be proper quick. Yeah, I mean we have people doing fucking 34.6s in qualifying here, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that. It's been asking much of my car. But I don't know if I can achieve it. What I will go for the racetrack, because there's a mandatory pit stop, but there's no tire change mandated, so there's no manual refueling time either. So what I will do is I will take my race fuel at the start, so I need to actually get some fuel numbers in, and then actually I could just source them from my WOD briefly here. Because that's logged reasonably, because I can just check my WOD for my own numbers. I don't have in terms of numbers here. Although that was still in drying off conditions, so like how reliable they are is questionable, but we have at least something here. 2.4. It read there. Right, 2.4. This is at least some sort of idea. How much we need. Usually run the calculator also for that. We're lapping 34 at best. 166. I think he had to just abandon his lap. I've just messed up my calculations here. And then we have 65 minutes divided by memory recall. That's 41.5. So calculating with 43 laps of fuel. That is 2.4. It's about 103.2 liters. Right. My argument on Discord. Oh yeah, right. What is the name called? Had a leak called ARL, something like that. Funny thing is, I tried also doing another endurance race with them a few months later, and they had their start time set for the. That was listed on SimGrid as they had its as the start of qualifying and not the start of practice, and they didn't provide a schedule table, and I miscalculated then the start time zone because the race started pretty late because American time slots, like it's 2 in the morning or something for me. I had slept a bit, so. I overslept basically the start of the race, so I was like, okay, fine. I was still in time to sign out of it, which is a fun quirk. You could occasionally still sign out of the events that have just started, so yeah. Whatever. That happened. Oh, I just reloaded my setup like an idiot. Ah! I'm stupid. I should be rolling now, but like instead I didn't pay attention for a moment and reloaded the setup. Luckily the only adjustments I made was why am I in reverse gear? Never mind. I should remember that I need in these cases press the clutch in at least. Oh god, because you can drive the Porsche away on the starter motor, which is quite, it's unique. It's not unique because a bunch of the cars in ACC have this feature. Most of the, a lot of the modern GT3 cars have this. Mostly out of the VW group, funnily enough, but also the M4. Where you have an anti-stall system that just allows you to, even if you have auto clutch off, to just drive off and away on and not depress clutch, so and the car will just administer clutch as needed. So you can make very smooth exits out of your pit stop. Because all you need is throttle and start the motor, and you can just drive away on it. Yeah, I mean, my banging video is quite old. I had for the longest time still in my YouTube banner a picture of the of that old Civic that was used in it. That isn't even part of the car set list for like 4 years or so. Like it's been for a long time no longer in the. I'm stupid. It hasn't been in the car set list for the Shitoka Revival project server in a long time. I was still in my banner for a long time. recent, at the beginning of the year, replace those. Something a bit better looking. It was a bit of an effort I wanted to put into just put out schedule and things like that. So in case one of the 3 people that like occasionally watch me could like know that I occasionally stream. And yeah, it is sort of working. In the sense that I sort of get around occasionally to do them. Would have actually been a reasonably good decent time. Some confidence boost, but probably not enough for the aliens at the front. At least I've not heard the AMs, I think, at that point. Tire pressures are not particularly high. That was not the greatest run for that corner ever. I may need a braking marker for this hairpin here. I brake completely on feel there. Oh, it's too hot in there. And it just ate a bunch of curb there next and killed all the lap time. I find it very funny how the tire stack is laying there in the middle of the grass. Alright, 5 minutes to go. I think they are committed now on this tire set here. Even if it's not perfectly trimmed in, it's quite low on the pressures. 1, 32, 33, 34. Oh! How? It was incredibly scrappy that lap, but how much? A 10th? Okay. Okay, yeah, a bunch of the pros haven't even moved past the AMs, so... Stuff is definitely strange here. Much better run out of it. Much better flow. I guess the track was already optimum before the session started, so... There's not much track evolution here today. For some reason, really nervous now. Like it's the last lap of a race. Calm down, Lukas, calm down. It's just qualifying, man. Wait, he got blue flag there? Yeah, he's on the blue flag. Getting out of the way, please. Bottom of the chicane there. Let's lift off, give him room. I think I have one lap after this to go. Right, okay, take the chance to breathe. How much gap? A decent gap behind. I should be heating my tires because they're all undercooled constantly. Ah, that's it. Now I have to wait. Just bottled it in too hard, and De Villa just improved massively there. Yeah, they're closing in on me now, finally. This is not secure in the slightest. Right when I needed to push, I stopped. Ah. Sure as hell will get dethroned here. He just needs to find 210s. Is that a good line? I think that's way too high. Difficult to gauge for me who's improving, who isn't. That's obviously still in the wild lap. 23 isn't any. Well, yeah, 23 was able to start another lap, okay. Mando is also able to start another lap. 690 wasn't able to improve, but was able to start a lap. 25 is probably checkered. De Villa is, however, just through the car off the track, so De Villa is done. Yeah, 25 is also done. But Peretti and Piccioni are still out there. And Raimondo is also. Yeah, De Villa is officially checkered. .58 is stuck in traffic. But if I can have Paul and... Oh, rain is incoming right now on the radar in 30 minutes. Has the race scheduled the next day, so that doesn't matter too much. So it looks like a relatively competent lap, so this could be dangerous. The lap wasn't perfect either, so... Nope, no improvement. I think Romano got passed here by Holloway, so... Yeah, he's coming in. Choney is still flying. Let's see what he gets. Yeah, he improved, but it wasn't enough. I actually have pole, somehow. How? How did this happen? How did we end up here? Very good question, right? It is saying 2.36 liters actually of okay, we need to see how the weather is predicted right now. Well, it doesn't matter if I carry more fuel. When I carry race full distance fuel, it doesn't really matter too much. Because I can simply take tires then, if necessary. It's obviously not ideal for my strategy. Clicks up. And we go one more, I think, up. If I have to take tires, I can take tires. It's not the end of the world. Right, configured strategy 2 as well. Wet tire, 1 liter. Configure it with 26.5 psi of pressure. Right. Okay, and we're gonna take also brake pads type 2. Just in case it starts raining. So we're already compensating for that. But like, it's looking like at least the first 30 minutes is gonna be dry. No, yeah, right. My main opponents here right behind me all have time penalties here. And I don't, because I had a shit late race last time, right? Because, yeah, De Villa has a 15-second time penalty for winning the last round in Barcelona. Piccioni finished second, 10-second, and Peretti has a 5-second penalty. Because this league does time penalties dependent on a success penalty from the last race results. Right. Although carrying a time penalty into the next round is more bad, considering that is Paul Ricard. But Paul Ricard has the... because Paul Ricard is a doubleheader around 2 30-minute races. That's gonna be fun next week. I think I can do that. It's gonna be fun. Sure, that's... Because the thing is, I'm 4 points... How many points was I again? Let's check the championship standings. Because I forgot what was the standings coming into this round. Oh god, the website is loading forever. But it seems to be 6 points actually that I'm behind De Villa. I don't think I will be able to make that up if he doesn't make up a massive mistake at this rate, because there's 4 rounds to go. No, it's 4 races to go with this one. That doesn't sound too bad. So you remember that there is a 1-point decrement ladder in this championship. So, meaning finishing second means you only lose a point to the winner. Finishing 4th, you don't get time penalties, but you're only 4 points down on what the winner got. So these very minor point deviations matter a lot. And barring him missing around at this rate, this is gonna be kind of tough for me. Still track up. Still no rain. Whew. 30 seconds. It's been a bit. Ignition, starter. Check revs. Switch the low beams on, I think, as well, even though not necessary, but just do it anyway.
Go in double file.
Forget you get released at the same time in single throttle formation. Bit too far forward in my position. I'm trying to dump a bit of heat into the brake discs for the start here. Oh, I had really bad reaction time there. Holy hell.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I was able to assert myself into turn 1. Now welcome to the fucking train. Choo choo motherfuckers, because... Because I'm carrying a full fuel load for this race distance. And considering how difficult it was already to pass... Boy howdy, are they gonna have a fun time with me. As I'm slowly getting into operating range. And he is still darting around behind me there. Yeah, somehow. Considering the last 2 rounds in this championship I qualified 10th and then I suddenly qualified on pole. Yeah, that's a bit of a fucking switch up. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Playing here the long game additionally. That is not change tires. I feel like my car somehow can eat bit the curves better than his can. Like, he seems to struggle over the bumps here. This track is so goddamn bumpy. You wouldn't believe it. Like, the Nordschleife is well paved in comparison. Yeah, we've nearly gotten a second now as a gap. So I'm not constantly under threat. Yeah, I need the Villa to finish a bit further down than 2nd place to open the championship back up for me. Sure as hell can go my pace. Not faster than them. Unfortunately, the guy behind me just clocked a faster one immediately in response. Now he's coming back up to me. And my very short reprieve from him. Now I have to deal with him for the rest of the race. It's really fun. I was for a moment irritated looking at the time. It's like, why is that only for 59 minutes? I'm for sure we've driven a few minutes here, not just one. And then I realized, oh yeah, right, this is a 65-minute race. Never mind. I forgot that part. Did I account for it in the fuel calculations? I'm starting to lose P3, not a big fan of that. I mean, I could intentionally start slowing down and like actually pressure him into the field behind me. I don't know. They for sure will catch up to it eventually. Once my tires start going. Something along those lines. That's the track condition considering we're constantly lapping past the lap times. Optimum. Okay. Weather is still predicted to stay dry for now. No rain yet in sight. It just was a skier for practice. What? My game very much froze up there for a moment. Dropped all cars out of the leaderboard, dropped them back in. That was not fun. I don't like that. But we're still in the race right now. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Hello there. Oh, you guys can carry the brakes way deeper than me. Brake much sooner than a lot of drivers. That should give my tyres usually a bit more life. Well, I mean... reality doesn't care about that part, seemingly. Trying to get relatively tight to me. Okay, that's starting to get a bit uncomfortably close. Unfortunately, this corner doesn't care too much if you enter it on the inside and the outside. In fact, he even lost more time than me. I don't know. There's not much happening here. If I say that, and he closes up massively. Yeah, I have to stay quite focused here. This track is very demanding. At the same time, very monotonizing. Guess it reminds me a bit of Road Atlanta. Well, Road Atlanta is a bit better paved than this. Although my arms have either jumped out of the jelly from all the bumps. So I don't mind them too much anymore. This is fine.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
But yeah, we're not breaking away, we're just staying here. Which is kind of working for plan, because... You know, the entire hope is that everybody changes tires here, and I would. And they all have time penalties, and I don't. Makes life a tad easier. Genuinely, he's putting some of his work. Well, I haven't actually fought him that much, come to think of it. Like, he might be my championship rival, but we've not met much on track before. I think this is the first time we're actually going head to head with each other. Somehow. Somehow that happened. And to realize, in round 6 we finally actually meet. He was nowhere in round 1. He was fighting me for pole position and qualifying for round 2 at Kota, but like... He didn't have a particularly great start and then just got... He went for not changing tires and sped into the pit lane. That was what broke him. His race. But he had also already just pitted too late. He would have likely been able to win Kota if he had pitted earlier. I would have had to fight him for position then, for at least like 2 laps or so. And also if I had gotten stuck a bit longer behind the other Ferrari, that would have... I don't know which one I got stuck behind, because there's so many fucking M4 Ferraris, it's a bit difficult to keep track of which one. We're around about a quarter into this race. This is starting to turn like slow as molasses. This is... It's like, oh hey, there's pressure behind, but like it's... And my ass itches now. Not fun. Especially on this track. And yeah, he's not really able to mount much of an attack here so far. That's why I say, like, was trying to say, like, he's making oddly many mistakes. Because he has pace, it's pretty obvious, like, he can close me in occasionally. But he makes a mistake again and it just drops back, and it's like, huh. Didn't think he was this error prone considering he's leading the championship, but... Again, the assumption that people are more similar to you than you think they are, than they actually are, is... You can just be really fucking fast. Like the last bit of refinement. Also, I think my Porsche is genuinely doing pretty good here. Even if, though it is getting -1 kilogram and bob. I'm just able to plant it out of the corners and he seems to be really struggling there. Except if he's doing like 4D chest tire saving strat that I haven't known of before. But you wait for the exit, to not apply so much throttle at the exits, but I don't know. What would strike me more likely is that he's running low TC and is getting way too much wheel spin. Not many people on Pro today. I mean, there's not too many people on the field anyway today. 20 cars it seems. It could be that we have some lap traffic in the middle. But yeah, first traffic is about 20 seconds up ahead. We'll whistle a bit before we catch that. Couple laps for sure. Jesus, he's dropped back. Is he finding tire drop off? I mean, we're 20 minutes in. Not impossible. But then oh, look, McLaren does like to eat tires. I do remember that McLaren does eat tires as well. It's just it doesn't turn into like an undrivable mess like the Porsche. When the McLaren eats tires, it just becomes slow. When the Porsche eats tires, it becomes borderline undrivable and really slow. He's dropped back massively there. No real clue here. What's going on here? We're roughly now a third into the race. Weather still stable, okay. This race, a surprise rain shower is becoming more and more unlikely.
Yellow flag accepted.
Piccioni still holds the fastest lap here. That's fine. Again, I'm carrying a bunch of fuel around the circuit. I think my pace is starting to fall off as well. Maybe I'm just making mistakes. Could be both. Definitely gotten sort of into a groove for the circuit. White. I think that's what's been costing him extra time here. He slides higher here on the hairpin. And you would think with the banking that is like not too bad, but like, oh boy. I mean, I think you can make a double apex for sure work there. I've definitely done it occasionally. Maybe probably even in this race. But there, when the car starts to unstick, definitely start to cause trouble. So hope we're on 30. White fuel drive left. Yeah, enough. 43 minutes remaining on fuel and 39 minutes in the race. Should be enough. Yeah, perhaps a slight degradation. What? Again? I suffer the half disconnect again. Oh, okay, I don't like this. And this is the second time that, like, all cars disappear, the game freezes briefly. The thing is, this time it announced itself because I got a yellow flag briefly. And we are starting to approach the halfway point. Waiting for the guys behind me to blink. Who will blink first?
There's a slow car ahead.
A bit deep for me. Yeah, the double apex has not really worked in that there. Do you know? Yeah, people starting to come into the pits. Holloway's in the pits. There's also the league organizer, so he might also be retired. Yeah, he's 20th. That's probably retirement. But I just lost the position. Peretti's now in P2. Now that's good for me. But yeah, those three are scrapping with each other.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Why not stable still? Pretty safe going towards the end with. Pitstop cycle may either encounter people. Tire's starting to drop off a bit, I would say. Face is definitely starting to go up. But then again, the guys behind me are not really making inroads. Yeah, there was a bit of skid on the exit there. Start talking about that. This is experiencing tire wear, but I still, these guys have to get by me. If they even want a faint chance of. The villa has been ejected back to 4th. Definitely waiting for them to blink first, at least. I don't think anybody's gonna move into the pits before the halfway point. Maybe the villa. Nope, he didn't come in. It's definitely right now important to monitor who's doing what in terms of strat. Okay, now let's see, when will they blink? Or should I be the first one to pit? Because due to me having sort of at least the ability to match their pace, will allow me to... means that I'm not too much at a risk of getting jumped by them pitting very late. Somebody might be coming out of the pits here. Another 30-second time penalty applied to him. Right, it's bullying at this point. Need to pay attention to it a bit because they are slowly creeping in on me. And Peretti only has a 5-second time penalty. So I have to be a bit careful with him. Yeah, the Villa's tires are really dead, I think. But mine are starting to go and the Ferraris are starting to come to me. We shall see who blinks first. Because I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe these guys are gonna not change tires. After all, I sort of mentioned that in passing last round that I couldn't do that strat. In large parts, I didn't want to plan for that one end. Because my Porsche didn't allow it. But I think everybody noticed, like, you know, you can't really overtake on this circuit, so fresh tires might not be the best idea. Come on. Still 28 minutes to go. Weather, yep, it's gonna not rain for this race. No rain.
Slow car ahead.
Okay, yeah, we see that car. Yeah, I don't like this right now. The Ferraris are starting to pelt me down here. Considering the Villa hasn't taken the pit stop, considering he's sitting there like rapidly losing pace due to dying tires, I doubt the guy's he's changing tires here. At least not completely insane call then for me. Okay, we're gonna have to deal now with traffic for the first time.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Somebody is doing the best Nelson PK Jr. impression there. Please stay high, please stay high, please stay high. Yep, all three are still behind me. I will come in at latest on the 15-minute mark. If they hadn't responded before that. Except if he comes up to under a second behind me, then I will may decide differently. Four minutes of fuel extra right now. Yeah, bad exit there. Wasn't the greatest run here either. Yeah, this race is actually sort of boring me today, I feel. Like, I'm not fast enough to break away here, but like, clearly the guys behind me are not able to properly attack me either. Gotten relatively lucky with traffic, haven't had to deal with any basically this entire race. largest mistake I've done all race here so far. Just a heap of time there.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Question is it there still when I come there? Nope, it's gone already. Nope, it's back. Something is in sector 3 here. I think the sun is starting to peek out in game. Yeah. It's not completely cloud covered, its cloud coverage has moved away a bit. Thing is, that isn't actually predicted on the weather. Yeah, we've lost 1.5 seconds to my best, and like that cost me a sizable chunk of the gap behind. Sure, I need to focus a bit better. I don't like this right now. I don't like this. He's 1.5 seconds at this point. Minutes remaining in the race. Oh, De Villa has pitted. Yeah, De Villa is gone. At some point he pitted. I wasn't paying too much attention anymore. But I don't know if the others will then respond with him. So the penalty is not too big of a threat. There's a decent chance, even if they're not taking tires, that they will take fuel here. Currently the biggest threat is Peretti with the 5-second penalty. And, you know, being right behind me. So I prefer not having to... Because if he's taking as much fuel as I'm uplifting, then he can easily make up 5 seconds. Yes, he's not closing in too much on me right now. But yeah, there's a risk that I haven't considered. When you pit, you might end up in traffic. And right now, we aren't in traffic. I say right now we have traffic 14 seconds ahead, and then 26 seconds ahead. So it's not like we don't have any traffic, we just... Well, we don't have traffic for a bit. Pace is starting to definitely degrade at this point. That's why they are so dangerous at this point. They're just nipping at my heels here. Not quite able to bite. Starting to fake the pit entry at this point. Because he is close enough to see me going up the hill in front of him. Alright, but we do have still 13 minutes or so to go. Traffic just driving by on the other side of the track. Yeah, considering they haven't been bothered by Devilla pitting, I don't think they will be bothered by me pitting. Joni still holds the fastest lap. Yeah, the top 6 all haven't pitted yet, and they're all, I think as far as I could see, all pros. No, there's Wilson as an Am in between. But yeah, the top 6, top 5 of pros has not pitted yet. And then it's Devilla and an Am that have pitted. Okay. Peretti has taken the plunge. Now it's Piccioni behind. So I will respond to Peretti here. Coming at the end of this lap. Box this lap. 1 liter of fuel, that's it. No more needed. 11 minutes to go, coming into the pits. Anything that isn't a fuel stop is here a mistake. Oh, overshot. Fuck. Come on. That's not good, that's not good. Come on.
Mandatory stop is not clear. Come on, let's go.
So... Correct, he's 7.2 seconds behind. That's... slightly surprising how far, considering I... definitely did not have a good pit stop there. Oh, Pidgeoni made a mistake. He's only 4 seconds up ahead now. Well, it's obviously not good for me because I want the Villa as far back as possible. You might, due to that, not stay in front of the Villa. Still relatively funny. What is funny is that I might, due to this, lead every single lap of the race. But I'm not sure I led the last lap. Ah, no, he's continuing, so he's ensuring that I don't lead every single lap. And probably to hold me up as well. Fade his teammates. Oh, hello. Porsche doing some unsticking. Not good.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And for the first time in this entire race, we'll actually go for a bit side by side with somebody. Oh, now you're letting me by.
Car on the right.
Why? Why? Like, come on, dude. You make no sense. Like, at least act consistently, right? It's like, yes, you holding me up for your teammate is technically fair game. Borders and not being within the rules, but you know, you fighting me for a bit is perfectly fine. But like, you go side by side with me, and then you decide that, like, oh yeah, right, I'll now finally let you go. It's like, huh? Yeah, I have a feeling the Villa actually took tires or something because of how far back he is. But he hasn't been able to get the fastest lap back, so... Gonna be interesting how this sorts itself out here. Well, it is preferable for him to carry some sort of time penalty into poor Ricard. But then again, more points closed up, higher finish here. Okay, Ferretti has come onto the pits as well. So the gap is now actually to no, Piccioni, not Peretti. Peretti is now the car behind me again, 7.2 seconds. It's just now cruising at home. For another 5 minutes. And seeing how the standings sort themselves out. Look at this. But yeah, I think he's dropped the position to Davila. Yep, Davila is up to P3 now. And that is all because Piccioni had that accident, otherwise he wouldn't have dropped the positions. Providing that he was 5 seconds behind me before he came into the pits, and, you know, I passed him after I came out of the pits, so... yeah, he lost heaps of time there. So, Davila is gonna carry a penalty into the next round, but... he's only gonna lose 2 points from this. A minuscule amount. Shoney's only 1.3 seconds behind. It's close, but like... he's like, as I am on 65-minute old tires, like, they're not gonna put up a fight here anymore. And Peretti as well, like, he's not closing in. I think he's just given up and is finishing right now. Well, I'm just continuing to run my pace, as I have the entire race. P5 is an Am. Which is like, yeah, the classic problem of, where do you draw the line between Am and Pro? And Wilson and Miglioni. Miglioli. Something. I'm definitely making that question. And Ramondo and the Mustang of the US team are... it's also an Italian team, but there's only one driver of them and he's not doing too hard in most of the season. He has existed, and that's about as well as we can describe his performance. Seven minutes worth of fuel, 4.7 laps. Just need to bring it home. Piccioni is actually really close to Davila. Like, he was in the 10th behind him, like... huh? Davila might have not taken tires and just taken more fuel? I'm really confused. How this entire thing worked out. Can anyway not see more on the relative. Pugioni in front. 8 seconds. Oh, hello, car, please. Don't throw me off the circuit here. That sentence is nearly worth as much as the win itself. You don't always hear it. Because the question is if the game considers the possibility of there being another lap, then it doesn't play it. Yeah, it's been a bit. Oh, not too long. It was January. Specifically a spa round of V-Track. The last one. Since some things have happened. I've dropped off and I came back here again. Well, I think it is in large part because most of these seemingly just cannot drive the circuit. And I think that is an apt comparison to Kota again. Because especially in the green, when the track early in the race was very grey and Kota was not easy to drive. But I just got into my zone, locked the laps, and made it look easy. Really easy. And it kind of actually was. Not gonna lie. They at least pulled out a decent strat here.
Excellent job, mate. B1. What a race. Well done. Well managed. Bring it back on.
They at least tried to play strategy against me, but they had the penalties and everything that didn't help them. Surprised to be sure, but a welcome one this win. Surely didn't expect it to be able to pull that off, but I did. That's kind of nice. Yeah, and the only problem with this circuit is you can't really do donuts anywhere. Feels a bit surreal right now. Also came home P10 overall, despite getting another penalty mid-race. Boing. Right. Oh, De Villa finished 8th? What the fuck? What happened there? Okay, that needs to. I need to look at that. That blows suddenly the championship wide open. Something has happened here. We need to investigate this replay. Holy hell, I didn't even realize that. But yeah, P8 overall, P6 in class. Which would mean that we would head on equal points into the Paul Ricard. Now I think he will likely have a massive advantage at Paul Ricard against me. McLaren is pretty decent on that circuit. I've just got my first V-Track win with the McLaren 720S Evo there. But I do somewhat fondly like Paul Ricard. I don't hate that circuit. I hate how it looks. It's ugly as sin. Paul Ricard is one of the worst looking circuits in the world. And it has some, but it has some flow. It genuinely flows pretty decently. I've driven so many worse circuits than that. I do like it more than even. And the thing is, the track limits, similar to Misano, they aren't that bad. Like, people think the track limits are so awful on both of these circuits, but, like, both of these aren't too bad. Like, you can, Paul Ricard specifically, you can violate, you just need to learn the rules for it. In Misano, you need to stay on the curbs. That's enough. And that's relatively doable, even though there's some corners that are just bullshit on that circuit. But Paul Ricard, you need to rejoin the track before the bollards. And some corners that can be a bit tricky, and other ones it's quite forgiving, and you can work with it. For it being an asphalt desert, it sure is easy to handle. And yeah, thanks, Virus. There. I just saw the message. Yeah, it was in some ways boring, that race. Okay, light graining on the front tires there, light blisters on the rear left. Although I did do donuts, but like, you know, not for long in large parts in grass, so I don't think that's caused them. Tires at lowest tire wear point is at 1.69. Yeah, but we ran a full hour on these, so you know, they can be quite spent. Honestly, one of the tracks and setups where the car actually lasts its endurance stint without wanting to die. But yeah, there's gonna be interesting stuff considering the Villa is scored here in 8th. That doesn't sound right. We have to investigate the replay for that, but I wanted to wait for the session to transition and everything. Is there anything on the Discord? There's a ping from mine, because, you know, I get pinged by myself. Because my own bot pings me. That's ingenious design. And then we have here a ping here for drivers for race at Brands Hatch on the 21st. Oh, interesting. Guess that's all the pings there. Let's check Amigos briefly. We're waiting for the server to wind down or something. It's interesting, nobody uses the ACC general chat.
Green light, go, go, go.
Right. Okay, and let's see what happened there. What happened in those closing laps? I want to see that. That's interesting. What's suddenly happened here? Right, we can also look at the start, obviously. Villa got a pretty good launch there. I was half asleep. I'm slow here and rolling, and then yeah, you can notice like my reaction was pretty bad here. So I'm on the back foot here into turn 1, but I brake a lot later and just position myself for a block. Assert the dominance into turn 1. Nothing too malicious, but yeah, it led to a bit of a checkup and therefore a bit of collision there. Nobody cares. How does it look further back? Is there death? Is there any death? Seemingly everybody survived turn 1 somehow. I'm shocked. Yeah, this circuit is prone for just having massive wrecks in turn 1, but like somehow everybody survived. Yeah, they decided to crack in turn 3 instead. Yeah, 2 of the back markers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's probably why De Villa had a 30-second time penalty. Not De Villa, sorry. Dosso had a second 30-second. Because he started the race with a 30-second time penalty and having had the qualifying ban, which is why he's so far back. 2D. Unfortunately, all the M4R guys didn't upload delivery correctly, so I didn't see that. Because, you know, he dumped his own teammate here, I think. Assuming from the colors, because Dosso is also M4R, and that's an M4R colored Ferrari. Yeah, half the grid is M4R Ferraris, so yeah, this is fun in terms of distinguishing them. There's obviously me then with my Porsche. One of the Porsches, and I think the Am Porsche that ran today, it actually happened to him that he retired. He was running behind He was trying to coast it for that corner. I think I never did that. I broke every single time for the corner. Yeah, coasting and... No, chief, that's not working. You look at my line through there. Come up to 5th. Brake about 15 kilometers down and then just drive it. But yeah, it's a Porsche. It would like to have its weight shifted to the front. Anything else worth of particular interest? Right, the Villa here right now still running behind me about 15 laps into the race. There wasn't too much happening for that half. And then he dropped the position here. Oh yeah, he got dived here. Let's watch this entire lap here briefly to get an idea of how this car drives. Hello, can I please get the onboard? So I can watch him do his work. TC2, ABS2. Off the apex, a lot of steering lock there. Yeah, that speaks to a car that is not complying. Not complying in the slightest, yeah. And that's about, what, 28-30 minutes into the race here. It's not terrible, I mean, considering I had complete tire drop off on the Porsche on Sunday after 20 minutes, that was horrific and something to work around. More survive, not really work around, there's no way to work around that problem. Look more like a skill issue there, that entry there. Yeah, the car did not like that inside curb too well, or at least how it was run. Didn't get too stuck on the outside curb because the outside curb sucks you occasionally in the circuit. Yeah, and he was deep, had a wiggle on the exit, that's obviously cost momentum, and then he doesn't go defensive. So Saphire goes, I guess I will invite myself into it and just door banks his way past. That's a tad forceful, to say the least. It's not nice. The Ferrari's alongside as well, so you can see in the mirror. But yeah, there was Peretti boxing his way past. And there he understeers off the circuit by himself and hands the position to oh yeah, I oversteered there mid-corner, had to counter-steer it, and that's what sent him wide. That... oh god, Jesus. The fact he stayed flat there is just ludicrous. Yeah, the first bit didn't have too many bumps, but then it immediately nearly sent him. He's so lucky that it didn't instantly end his race right then and there. Because... Jesus, that's something. Ah, yeah, he's sort of ELC. So, let's figure out. So he pits on lap 29. What is 50 minutes into my replay at that point? Right, he stops now. About 50 minutes 34. Okay, let's see. Short refueling would be done now, roughly. Somebody entered the pit lane behind us. Still no movements. I guess he did tire service there because we'll... Nope, he's off the jacks here at 57. Like, how does that add up? Like, he stopped at 34 and is rolling at 57. He must have not taken tires, is my relatively easy conclusion. But he must have taken a substantial amount of fuel. And damage repairs must be also in there. Like, I don't know if I can see any damage on that car. Well, there's a bit of a scuff mark on the rear, but that's because of the turn 1 incident. Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, his pit stop time does not add up for a tire change. Because he came to a stop at 34 seconds in the replay. So he would be expected at the earliest at 4 past, because it's 30 seconds for tire change. And there's no fixed refueling time either, so like... It was mostly for the race, so like, it didn't even need that much fuel. Like, let's briefly calculate this, because I wanna know this briefly. Because we have 3 seconds flat. If we refuel like 60 liters, right, at 0.2 seconds per liter. Yeah, my math checks out. That is then 12 seconds, plus the fixed refueling nozzle insertion time, which is 3 seconds, and then he said 15 seconds, right? To refuel 60 liters, which is more than enough to finish this race at this point. Right, it's a 41 lap race. There's only a good 12 laps to go at this point. He genuinely didn't need this much. And I can't track down where he like got damage or anything. It's not me. Although he could have also had like a massive overshoot like I had. Like, how long is my pit stop here? If we check mine, although it's a bit difficult because the laps are relatively similarly long. Oh, actually it's here. Right. How long is my pit stop? So I come to a stop here with about 49 seconds. You can see in my case the teleport. Yeah, I spent there nearly, instead of 3 seconds, I spent nearly 8. Yeah, I spent 8 seconds roughly. So, that makes my pit stop quite not efficient. That just gives a vague idea that still his, like... He's at 25 seconds. It's just, I can't explain how he got 25 seconds roughly. Because I can't find him, you know, hitting a wall at some point right now. But we clearly know he didn't change tires, right? That's a fact. He didn't. But like he did along... Oh yeah, right. I'm stupid. I'm fucking retarded. I'm actually fucking retarded. Yeah. Duh. Of course he stood there for a long time. You know, because he had a 15-second time penalty. I'm fucking retarded, genuinely. How the fuck did I not realize this? Yes. Of course he fucking stood there for... It's like his 25 seconds. He took about 10 seconds off of fuel, which is probably didn't fix damage. 10 seconds worth of fuel would then be about 7 seconds of actual refueling, so that adds up to about... that is 35 liters, roughly. About 35 liters a second, which would roughly add up for like the race distance remaining at this point. That he was basically out of fuel at this point. Which meant that he didn't take like the full race distance like I or Piccioni did. Not Piccioni, Peretti, but Piccioni probably also did that. Yeah, that's why he stood so long. God, I'm stupid occasionally. So we need to figure out what happened in the later stages, because what? I mean, he was lapping on his own for a bit. I need to figure out where he was fighting with Piccioni. What car number is Piccioni? 690. Yeah, Piccioni is heading in. Okay, we have at least now know when he came out behind him. Was there some sort of collision, or what caused this? Did he have a drive-through? Maybe is also a possibility. I know somebody served the drive-through early in the race, so it is not impossible to have one. But like, it's so unlikely that I just didn't expect it to consider that. Really, all that. Oh yeah, he basically concedes the position here. Wait, is he short on fuel? Oh yeah, he's short shifting. It's the last lap. Hold on, was he short shifting already before? Yeah, he's already short shifting at this point. Although the revs are not always reliable in these replays. But it feels like he's lifting off during the upshifts. Okay, he's still full throttle, but he seems to not be using the engine maps though. Because we would be seeing if he changes the engine maps. Oh, no, yeah, now he's using it. Now he's using it. Yeah, switched engine maps up. 2 laps from the end. Yeah, that adds up. 35 liters taken, and it wasn't quite enough. That was... It's very silly. But yeah, I think he... If my math roughly adds up, he took like 30-35 liters there in the pit stop. And that was like, yeah, that's not much if he was actually, you know, pitting the, at lap 29 because he's completely out of fuel. I was thinking like, yeah, he probably had like 5 laps or so still in the tank, but like, you know, was running towards end and like decided to just take it a few laps earlier. Because why run the fuel tank completely dry? There's not much of an advantage to doing that. But yeah, he's... I hope this map 12 even was the fuel safe map, but like... I think in the end he lost more, he could have saved more position probably by pitting than instead of fuel saving. Because he drops all the way down to 8th here. And he was there with Piccioni, who finished 47 seconds behind me. Oh yeah, right, he didn't finish the final lap, that's why. He ran out of fuel in that lap. Oh, well, he scored on my end, not finishing. I think he probably got that lap done. It's just the replay doesn't show him finishing it. I don't know how the hell he did the re-overtake there. Like, how the hell are you re-overtaking cars in full rich map and everything? Oh, oh yeah, right, he has so much we need to check out that accident also, because how the hell did he crash there so hard? But yeah, he's driving with some substantial suspension damage there. Well, ACC substantial. That car is not going too fast. Although he wasn't too slow when I was closing him back in for the overtake. Oh yeah, he's saving pretty badly here. Yeah, I think the circuit just doesn't lend itself too well for fuel saving, considering all the chicanes and everything. You need to do a lot of accelerating here. You can't carry speeds. Yeah, there's more cars coming up. It's the 88 car. No, it wasn't the 88 car, I'm stupid. 51 car. Okay, he commits actually to the pit stop. He did actually in the end commit to the pit stop. That's why we don't have him on my replay finishing final lap. Where am I actually at this point? There. That's why the replay cuts off soon. Okay, there was some connection issues there. Well, you missed me winning. And my main championship rival underfueling his car and completely torpedoing his own race. Right. He was sitting comfortably in P3 after another competitor had crashed. And he hadn't had a particularly great race. His tires weren't holding up. He had tire drop off pretty badly. Yeah, and the replay's here. But yeah, he had to pit a second time, so that's what basically really hurt him. He would have otherwise, yeah, I need to find my other guy who was, where is he? There he is. So where was this funny accident? There it is. I think we figured out where, whoa, okay, that's, yeah, I mean, I pitted, I was 5 seconds ahead of him when I pitted, and, well, I'm about 5 seconds, and this is on the lap that I pitted. I just came out of the pits behind him here, and you will soon see me approach from behind. So that's fun. So he turns his car around, then drives another car by. Has more issues. And then back there, that's me. Me literally just out of the pits. Because there was no mandatory tire change, you could optionally change tires. Tires are optional. It's just mandatory to take at least 1 liter of fuel, and that's what I did today. Because, you know, Outlton Park, you can't really overtake, so track position I thought wasn't gonna matter. Well, track position gonna matter a lot. That way around. You can't easily obtain track position. But yeah, that explains how the Villa dropped here to P8, which, considering there was no other accident, well, I mean, he got past quite aggressively, but the league organizer, which runs in this race, did retire early and decided to do stewarding already, and so we know that only there were only 5 collisions in this race somehow, which is utterly impressive. And he seemed to not have decided that it was no issue that when he got past here. Which lap was it? Was it this lap? No, it wasn't. No, it was this lap. Yeah. Yeah, I think when you look at the outside, it becomes relatively obvious that he turns in here a bit much. Like, sure, the far in the inside is just kind of shooting wide, but yeah, he squeezed down on him and sent himself wide. So that's how that happened. But yeah, this is another episode of De Villa screwing himself over, because in Hungaroring he got a drive through towards the end of the race. Otherwise, he would have likely gotten me there. It's Kota, he sped into the pitted too late and sped into the pit lane because he didn't change tires in that race, and he would have likely, well, made my life at least difficult because I would have had to overtake him if he had pitted like 3 laps earlier. Right? He decided to pit on the last lap, and that way I ended up like 5 seconds ahead of him, and he had to stop go 30 from pit speeding, so that screwed him over. And he still leads. Well, he doesn't. He leads the championship still because he has the tiebreaker because he has more race wins. I have gotten astronomically unlucky. I've been collected in. Let's try it down. It's like. Yeah, there's last 4 races I've been like collected and started accident by like 2 or 3. It's like, yeah, not fun. I hadn't had too much luck here. Was collected in the turn 1 wreck in Outlton Park. I didn't have a particularly good race in Outlton Park 2. I did have the not Outlton Park, sorry, Saphire. I didn't Hungaroring. I didn't have any pace. But worked my way up due to having the superior pit strat. And then in Barcelona, I had no pace in qualifying and also raced, and I had a really good start and got taken out. And he's just been lucky the entire way through, except when he shotguns himself in the foot. And things like, you know, getting drive-thrus or getting, you know, running out of fuel because that was just completely unnecessary. If Piccioni hadn't crashed there in this spectacular fashion, he would have likely finished P4 here. This way, with the accident, he had even a shot at P3, but like in the end, he's scored at P6, and that will swing the championship back to me here. That's obviously really good stuff for me. This was what I kind of desperately needed, but I will be carrying a 15-second time penalty into the next race, and the next race is Paul Ricard Sprint, which means there's only double handoff, 30 minutes each. Yeah, that's a bit pain with the time penalty applied for those, and it's a lot of points on that on offer there. So important, really important round there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Also interesting is that Am P1 and P2 finished P4, P5 overall. Fun stuff. When there weren't too many pros, there were only 8. Holloway classified P19, 25 laps down. Dosso finishing P10 overall, and De Villa finishing P8 overall. And Romando and Dorazio in P6 and 7 overall, and then we had obviously the podium finishers of me, Peretti, and Spiccioni. Because yes, there's a bunch of Italians, like half the grid is just M4. Like, if you ever think that X-Wing or Technobus are bad, well, we have here a league that is one Italian super team to 50%. The grid. Fun! Especially because they didn't upload their liveries correctly, and I think even if I had deliveries, you couldn't keep them apart. And they all drive Ferraris. it's just... This is just comedy. Yeah, I mean M4R's Quadricorsa is in P2, 3, 4, so I'm winner as well. 6, 9, 10, 11, 13, and then again in 16, 17. So all teams that aren't M4 account for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Well, 9 kind of. Because Holloway was also here. And there technically were 20 starters, but like there's only 10 listed on my 19 listed on my results. But yeah, half the grid very much is M4. Really funny stuff. Right, that wraps up this race nicely. We have finally scored a win with the Pippa Fire Heist. We have finally actually won a race. With the... Yeah. It was a long fight, this one. We shall see. This championship is sure not over, because the next round after Paul Ricard will be Imola. Right. And this result has very much blown the championship right back open, and it sure as hell gonna be really interesting how we continue from here. But yeah, this is here one of the championship fights of all time. What else do we have here listed? Yeah, years of endurance. Safety names. Nee, der Fehler. I can't really study these names. Oh yeah, I got the results back from me finishing 5th in GTCS. This actually gave me still a rating climb, which is just slightly nuts. Like, there is a strength of field. Oh well, it's not showing it actually. Oh no, now it's showing it. 2.2, which is not too high. But then again, I guess there's enough fast guys actually in the front that it balances. Even though there's 2 people who are rated as rookies because they haven't driven on SimGrid much, so they kind of causing issues with the algorithm. And even the race winner has less rating than me. I'm not the highest one. Chris Moses is the highest actually, and he lost like 62 from finishing 12th, which isn't, considering finishing 12th is like too bad. Alright then. Anyway, that wraps it up nicely. As I said, getting tired here. It was a long day. Well, sort of, not really. Just kind of tired. In any case, good night, bye bye. I shall be back on Sunday again for GTCS. Well, are we driving actually that race? Good question. GTCS will be at Valencia, which is... I kind of like that circuit. Although I kind of also don't like the circuit. I don't like that chicane, the third last corner. That curb there is sucky. Otherwise, and turn 1 is okay-ish. I don't like it too much. But the track is alright. I do like the track. It's a decent track. Yeah. There are worse tracks. I don't hate Outlton Park too much after tonight, but like I'm still like I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of this circuit ever. I think it's worse than Misano. Which is, but it's sort of also not, because the flow is a bit better off the circuit, but then again it's so fucking bumpy. It's just because I drove enough laps tonight that at some point I got into the flow state and the bumps just, my car started gliding over them, and my arms just started turning into dampers for all of them. So, We coped with it. We didn't see if we just coped. In any case, good night. Bye bye.